Man, I was glued to this all day long. If you missed it, if you're at work, you didn't see it, we're going to have all the highlights for you tonight. I want to bring in our panel, host of Cup of Justice podcast, Eric Bland, criminal trial attorney Sara Azari, and a top trial consultant who handled the O.J. Simpson and Casey Anthony cases, Richard Gabriel. Thank you all for being here. I've been on pins and needles wanting to ask you all these questions as I watched him testify today. Sara, I want to start with you. I mean, what did you make of this? It's rare to see someone take the stand in their own trial this way. What do you think the strategy is here, Sara?
Hi, Brian. Yeah, you know what? I have maintained for the last, 3+ weeks that this is exactly the case where I would want to put my client on the stand. There are two reasons we put a client up. One is to humanize, one is to explain. There's some explanation that was required by Alec Murdaugh, and so far, I think he's doing a great job. Whether or not the jury or all of the jurors believe why he lied about being on the kennel, etc., is a separate story. But in the universe of possible explanations, I think he's doing a great job. He's also humanizing himself with respect to his addiction. I think it's foolish to think that in this day and age, people have not been around addiction, that they don't know that a cornerstone of the disease is lying, thieving, conning, etc. And so I think it was a brilliant strategy to put him up. This case does not turn on science and forensics. It turns on a kennel video and what they call the big lie about being at the kennels before the murders. So this is why it was important. Did you kill Maggie and Paul? No, right off the bat. Were you at the kennels? Yes. Did you lie about it? Yes. That was brilliant lawyering by Jim Griffin.
Yeah, you talk about the big lie. We're going to get to that in a second. We're going to play you that part. Man, that was interesting. But another thing, Sara, I mean, they don't really have much to lose here. Let's remember that Murdaugh is already admitted to all these financial crimes, likely going to spend life in prison. Doesn't seem like he has much to lose. Richard, I want to bring you in as a jury consultant. You were watching this all day, too. What do you think the jury was thinking? Because it seemed like, boom, he was on the stand, and they got right to it right away. Do you think that was a strategy?
I think, for the most part, they were checking all the boxes that the jury expected. The real issue, though, is that the jury, I think, went, okay, is he showing the proper grieving, the proper amount of emotion about the death of his wife and his son? So he did that. Did he acknowledge the lies? Yes, he did that. Did he, talk about sort of what he was? Did he address some of the main concerns in the case? So he's checking all those boxes. I think it depends on where the jury comes from. Before then, it's a double-edged sword about the opioid addiction because, quite frankly, it can be, okay, it humanizes him, and he does show the proper grief. The other issue that they're looking at is, does that also cause this kind of paranoia that may cause him to act irrationally? So the jury is trying to create this composite picture of this Alex Murdaugh, and they're trying to say, okay, which portrait actually is emerging here? Is it this sort of sociopath who actually did this and is now lying to us? Or is this truly somebody who's bereaved and is just this victim of circumstances, and yes, he has committed sins in the past, but we should forgive him for that?
You mentioned the grief and the emotion. I mean, we've seen him crying before when he's been sitting there during the trial. I could never really tell the way the camera angle was if there were tears. Today, though, I looked right up at the TV while I was watching this, and there were real tears over and over again. There were real tears coming down his face. Eric, what do you think? Do you think the jury bought it?
I'm not sure. I agree a lot with what Sara said about humanizing him. It's clearly a high-wire act. Don't forget, he's telling us he's a liar, a drug addict, and a thief. But today we're supposed to believe him. Remember, for 531 days, he's been sober. And those 531 days, he's pled not guilty to all the financial crimes. And in those 531 days, he never once called the prosecution office and said, you know what, I've lied to you. You've wasted a ton of resources trying to prove that I'm at the kennels. I've been there all the time. It's a little bit of foxhole religion that he's getting right now, but the jury could have made a connection with him. I had a real problem with him saying that he distrusted the police, and that's why he didn't tell them that he was at the kennels. How did he distrust the police before June 7th of 2021. He's a solicitor for 100 years. His father, grandfather, and great-grandfather were solicitors. The police gave him every deference in the world. He carried a badge, as Creighton Wooders said. So the fact that he said he distrusts the police, I don't buy it. And Sara knows there's a ton of people that are in jail who are drug addicts, and being a drug addict and committing a crime does not create a defense.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.